Oh, hello there. This hour on Verbling, the next in my Business Basics series. This is the class that goes over all of the basic vocabulary and communication strategies that you need to survive in the business environment. And today what we're going to do is we're going to work on how you socialize with people, I should say. And specifically, we're going to create a kind of a personal tagline that will allow you to introduce yourself and talk also. We're going to build up our language for talking about what we do when we're not working. One of the things you do when you're working is talk about what you're doing when you're off work, make plans with people. We're going to play a fast-paced game where you get to apply those skills later on in the class. So we're going to build them up and then practice them in a game at the end. This is a little bit of an experiment.
No.
I've never tried this actually. Sorry, let me just turn off your mic because we need to have quiet just an introduction. Okay, and you can turn it on. I'll ask you to introduce yourselves. Okay, before we begin, let me do a quick introduction. If you don't know me, I'm John Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, coming at you from Lisbon, Portugal today. By the way, today and every day, because that's where I live. By the way, if you click on my name in the Verbling website, it'll take you here to my profile page. On the left, you can follow me, which allows you to communicate with me directly in the Verbling message window. Also, you should receive notifications of my upcoming classes. On the right, you can book a class or a private tutoring session, and I'll work with you on creating a personalized learning plan to help get you to your goals. And that's a little bit about me. Let's see if I have the right. Oops. Wait, before I open this activity, I want to give you another one. Okay, I'm going to give you two different presentations today. The first one, if you want to open it, you don't need to, but if you want to open it, you're going to click on this link if you want to see it in your browser up close. We're not going to do everything from this first presentation. I'm just going to help you build up some skills talking about what you do outside of work. Okay? And then we're going to go and try to apply these skills in a little game, our activity at the very end. Okay. So before we begin, let me just say a quick hello and make sure everyone's mics are working. So the first person I saw was Now. Hello, Now. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Very good. Welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back to V from last hour and Mr. Edson from last hour too. Great to see you. Hello, kids.
Thank you. You too.
Very good. Okay, and then we have Mr. Mohammed. Hello, Mohammed. How are you? Okay, I don't hear Mohammed. Let me go to Lena. Welcome back, Lena. Nice to see you.
Hi, John Eric.
Hello, Lena. Okay, and then the last person I have is, how do I say your name? Desimperados? What is this? How do I say your name?
Yes, hi. Desampa.
Desampa. Desampa. Okay, where are you from, Desampa?
I'm from Spain.
Where in Spain?
Yes, Spain. I am from Spain, but now I'm living in Guatemala.
You're living in Guatemala. Okay, very good. Okay, and people call you Desampa?
Yes.
Ah, okay. It's an unusual name.
Yes, it's very, very unusual.
Okay, very good. All right. And welcome back, Anna Carolina, as well. Hi, Anna Carolina.
Hi, teacher John. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so listen. We're going to do some of the activities in this first presentation to help get you used to the language you need to be able to socialize in a business environment. So some of this you might have seen before, but it's good practice. And then we're going to try to apply it in a game I mentioned at the end. So we're going to be talking specifically here about exchanging contact details and making some plans, specifically about that. Still in a business environment, so it's still business English, but it's something very practical and useful. So the first question I have, let's see if I did this right. Ooh, wait. I want to do this one. Ooh, wait. Maybe I don't want to do this one with you yet. Give me a second. Do I want to do this one or not? I was actually going to start somewhere else. Now, if you know what? If you hang on a second, I actually want to start in a different place. I'm taking this material from a course that I do in my private classes, but I don't want to start you there. So if you hang on just a second, I want to go to a different presentation. I don't want. Oh, so you know what? If you open that presentation, I want you to close it because I don't want to use that one. Sorry about that. Give me just a second, and I'm going to give you the right one. By the way, you don't have to open these because I'm going to share my screen. So I just give that to you in case you want to review it later. Okay, let me see if I can get the right one. Hold on a second. I don't know why I put presentation 3 when I wanted presentation 2. I don't know why I did that. Maybe because it's Monday. Things always go wrong on a Monday. Don't you agree? Give me a second. Almost there. I'm going to go to intermediate here. Here. Presentation 2. Okay, and in just a second, you're going to see this as a full presentation. Unfortunately, it takes a minute to load because with the Hangout running, everything takes a little bit longer. So you're going to see, I'm going to turn this into a slideshow as soon as it loads, and then we'll get started. Give me just a second, it's almost ready. Okay. Let's see if I can get the link. Yeah, okay, I got it now. Okay, we're good to go. So you're going to see this as a full presentation now. And if you want the link, I'll be happy to give it to you. So forget about the first link I gave you. It's actually this one. Sorry about that. Okay, now we got it. Okay, so we're going to start here. Sorry, we're going to start just talking about, it's not about likes and dislikes, and I'm putting it the wrong thing. Talking about leisure and exchanging details. There's actually a little mistake there. Sorry about that. Oh my God, everything's messed up on the slide. It should say, I don't know why it's pointing to the wrong thing. It should say, no, it's okay. Talking about, exchanging contact details. Sorry. Here I'm pointing to the wrong thing. Should be exchanging contact details. That's what I wanted to say. So you're going to see two people in a work environment who are going to be talking about what they're doing outside of work or making plans. Okay? I want you to actually listen to what they say. So what I'm going to have you do is let's read through the directions first and understand the context. If everything's clear, I'm going to have you just listen and see if you can just fill in some of the main details about the conversation that you hear. Okay, and then we're going to start to build up our language with that. So let's see who's out there. Let's see. Mr. Edson, do you think you could just read the context of the directions? It's really just the context at the very top of the screen for me.
Yeah, Mirella Lirio from Brazil is one on a 3-month work placement at a Swedish company.
Not Swedish. Wait, not Swedish.
Swedish company.
Swedish, right.
It is the end of her first week, and she meets her line manager, Leif Guarnison. Listen and complete her notes.
Okay. Before we do this, let's clarify what is a work placement. Does anyone know what that means because you can't listen to it if you don't know what you're listening to. What do you think a work placement is? She's from Brazil. Is she in Brazil right now? If she's on a work placement, is she in Brazil? Yes or no, class?
No.
No. Where is she, Anna? Where is she?
In Sweden?
She's in Sweden.
Sorry, Sweden.
Exactly. She's in Sweden. Okay. And why might her company, well, it could be a company or it could be a university, but I'm assuming it's a company. Why might her company put her on a 3-month work placement? What might she achieve or what might she learn? What's the purpose of a work placement?
To see which position she would fill in.
She could fill in? Sure. Yeah. So one reason for a work placement is to do something like an internship. University gives you university credit to get work experience, and that allows you to see which position you would be comfortable doing. Absolutely. V, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Let's assume for a second that Mirella is working for a Brazilian company. Let's assume that. Why might her company send her to Sweden for 3 months? Imagine she's not in university. What do you think the company, why would a company do that?
It might be because of the duration of projects over there.
Duration of a project? So maybe there's a joint project between the two companies. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So the companies could be cooperating together in some way. Okay.
Yeah, like a joint venture.
Like a joint venture. Sure. Okay, by the way, that's a good vocabulary word, everyone. Let's put that in the chat window. Joint venture. When two companies join together for a project, or could even, well, it's probably just a project if it's a venture. It's a joint venture. It's probably a mutual benefiting project. Could be. Let's see. Ms. DeZampa, are you out there? DeZampa. Hello, DeZampa, are you there?
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry.
Have you ever done a work placement? Have you ever done anything like this?
Yes. Now I'm participating in a project in Guatemala, but I'm from Spain.
Okay, so you're doing a work placement right now, maybe.
Yes.
Ah, okay, good, good. So, when you're done this work placement, will you return to Spain, December?
Maybe in June.
Maybe in June.
Yes. More or less.
Are you working for the same company in Guatemala that you were working for in Spain? Is it the same company or a different company?
No, now it's a different company, but I work in Bolivia too with the same company.
So,
company from Spain.
And so when you return to Spain, will you return to your old job at your old company? Or
Maybe.
you're not? Maybe. Okay. Okay, so it sounds like you're not doing a work placement, because in a work placement, you're temporarily working in another company, and then you return to your old job. So it sounds like you're not doing a work placement. It sounds like it's a different kind of situation. But anyway, it's something like what Mirella is going to go through. Okay, very good, very good. So, a work placement can be an internship, or a work placement can be like a joint venture, as V said. Let's take a listen to the conversation, and I want you to tell me, see if you can pick out the information in the 1, 2, 3, 4, in the 5 notes that you see in the notepad. See if you can put the key information there by listening one time. Okay? Just listen, and I'll tell you who's speaking. And it's very short. It should be pretty easy, I think. Let's give it a try. Are you ready? Ready! Are you ready? Ready!
Yeah.
Ready! Here we go. Leaf says, so, how was your first week? Do you like working in HR? Mirella says, yes, it's great. I'm really interested in human resources now. And I really enjoy working with Chris. He has so much experience. Leaf says, Leaf says, good. Do you want to stay with him or spend some time with marketing next week? Mirella says, oh, I don't mind either way. Maybe marketing is good. Leaf says, I know marketing have a conference coming up in Copenhagen, and I thought you could go with them. Mirella says, great. Leaf, you can see what they do, and of course you get to see Copenhagen. Mirella, sounds good. Leaf, so is this your first time in Europe? Mirella, yes, it's my first time out of Brazil. Leaf, really? You know, I'm very fond of Brazil. Mirella, oh, have you been there? Leaf, a number of times actually, mainly to Rio on business. Anyway, we need to make sure you have plenty of time for travel while you're here. Mirella, well, Chris is taking me to the country this weekend. Leaf, good. Well, what sorts of things do you like doing? Mirella, well, I really just like walking around a city and, you know, getting to know it a bit. And I need to do some shopping as well while I'm here. Leaf, oh, well, there are plenty of shops in the city if you like that sort of thing. Mirella, oh, actually, I'm not crazy about shopping, but I do need a few things for my room. Leaf, there are some really interesting museums if you like that kind of thing. Mirella, actually, I'm not that keen on museums either, but I like going to art galleries. Leaf, oh, that's good because there are lots of galleries too. How is the accommodation? How do you find the family? Mirella, it's fine. The family have been very nice. The family has been very nice. Leaf, that's good. Mirella, they're quiet compared to my family. I have 4 sisters. Leaf, really? Oh, look, before I forget. And that's where the conversation ends in part 1. Okay, so now that you've heard the conversation one time, who can tell me the department where Mirella will be in the first week?
She will be in human resources.
She has been in human resources. Absolutely right. I should have said where has she been in the first week, not where will she be. You're right, Lena. Let me get a different person for week 2. How about you, Mohammed? Are you out there, Mohammed? Hello? Going once? Going twice? We cannot hear you. You know what? If you're having microphone problem, Mohammed, microphone problems, just write me a note in the chat window so I know that you can hear me. We can communicate that way. Now, what do you think about the department in week 2? What did you understand?
She will go to Copenhagen to join conference.
That's true. That's where she's going to travel to. But what department will she get experience with?
Oh, marketing.
With marketing, right. Okay, so now we have the answers to the first 3. Week 1, HR, human resources. Week 2, marketing. Travel to Copenhagen. Okay, good. Mr. Edson, weekend plans.
Go to shopping.
Go to shopping. Not correct.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. She does need to do some shopping, but is that where she's going? And also, if you can remember, who is she going with, too? That's another thing. I'll give you a hint. Someone is taking her somewhere. Does anyone remember who's taking her out?
Chris is taking her out.
Do you remember who Chris is, Lena?
He works for human and H&R department.
Not H&R, just HR.
HR.
Absolutely. Chris, her manager or boss from the HR department, is taking her where? Anyone know? Where's he taking her?
He's taking her to the country.
He is taking her to the country for the weekend. That's right. Does that ring a bell, Edson?
No. More or less.
She said, specifically, Mirella said, what was it? She said, we need to make sure, Leaf said, we need to make sure you have plenty of time for travel while you're here. Morella says, Chris is taking me to the country this weekend. Leaf says, good. What sorts of things do you like doing? And they start to talk about her interests. Okay?
All right.
Ms. Dezempa, need to buy. Do you remember what she says she needs to buy? Do you remember what she said she needs to buy, Dezempa?
Mireia needs to buy some things for her bedroom.
Exactly, some things for her room. So she's not into shopping as a recreational activity, but she does need to buy some things for her room because she's here temporarily. Okay, very good, very good. I think we should take a second look at the dialogue because there's some key expressions which are very important that I want you to notice. Okay, so here's a transcription. All right. By the way, let's see if Mohammed has his microphone working now. Mr. Mohammed, can you hear us now? Hello? Uh-oh, we still can't hear you. I'll tell you what, Mohammed, you can use the chat window to communicate temporarily, and then maybe later we can figure out if you get your microphone working, then we'll listen to your beautiful voice. But for now, you can use the chat window, okay? So, let's try this one more time, and I want you just to notice a few key phrases. In fact, I'm going to ask you. So I'm going to have you read it, and I'm going to ask you specifically, give me just a second, I'm going to ask you specifically to notice some key phrases about asking for leisure time. Let's read through it once, and I'm going to ask you to summarize or pick out the key phrases used for asking about people's leisure time. Okay? So, Anna, do you think you could read Mirella for us? Okay?
Okay.
All right, and let me get a second reader. Ms. Now, do you think you could read Leaf's part on this page? Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so you start us off now.
So, how was your first week? Do you like working in HR?
Yes, it's great. I'm really interested in human resources now, and I really enjoy working with Chris. He has so much experience.
Good. Do you wanna stay with him or spend some time with marketing next week?
I don't mind.
I know marketing have a conference coming up in Copenhagen, and I thought you could go with them.
Great.
You can see what they do, and of course you get to see Copenhagen.
Sounds good.
Is this your first time in Europe?
Yes, it's my first time out of Brazil.
Really? I'm very fond of Brazil.
Have you been there?
A number of times, actually. Mainly to Rio on business. Anyway, we need to make sure you have plenty of time for travel while you are here.
Chris is taking me to the country this weekend.
Okay, good. Let me just, quick note about pronunciation. Ms. Now. I want you to say the word business with a Z.
Business.
That's it. Not bij. Yeah, good.
Yes.
Very good. Okay, very good. Okay, on the second page, I think we temporarily lost Anna. So let's get two different readers for the second page. Lena, could you read Mirella for the second page? And maybe I could have, how about Dezempa? Can you read Leaf for us on the second page? Okay?
Okay. Good. What sort of things do you like doing?
I really like just walking around a city to get to know it a bit and I need to do some shopping as well.
Oh, there are plenty of shops in the city if you like that.
Actually, I'm not crazy about shopping, but I need a few things for my room.
There are also some really interesting museums if you like that kind of thing.
Wait. Museums. One more time. Museums.
Museums.
Museums. 3 syllables. Museums.
Museums.
Good. Okay, say that line again for us. There are some really... Example, one more time. There are some really interesting...
There are also some really interesting museums if you like that kind of thing.
Actually, I'm not keen on museums either, but I like going to art galleries.
That's good, because there are lots of galleries too. How is the accommodation? How do you find the family?
It's fine, and the family has been very nice.
That's good.
They are very quiet compared to mine. I have 4 sisters.
Really? Oh, look before I forget.
Okay, good. Let's stop there for a second. One more pronunciation word. It's a little bit difficult. Leaf says, how is the accommodation? Repeat after me, example. Accommodation.
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 It's not sun. It's shun.
Accommodation.
Uh-oh. I'm still hearing sun. So let's just look at the last syllable. Repeat after me. Sh, like sugar. Sh.
Like sugar.
It's not sugar. It's sugar.
Sugar.
Good. Very good. Oh, hang on a second. I need to plug in my computer. I'm losing battery. 1 second. If I don't do this, I'm going to get kicked out of the Hangout because my computer's going to go in save mode. Okay, there we go. So, you got it right that time. Sugar. Good. Now say shun.
Sun.
Nope. Shun.
Sun.
Still not. Let's take a look at my lips really quickly. Look at this. Look at the way they're the shape. Shh. What you're doing is this, Zampa. You're putting your tongue behind your teeth, hair. But that's not where I'm putting my tongue. Shh. My tongue is far back in my mouth. Shh. Not touching anything. It's floating in the back of my mouth here. Shh.
Yeah.
Good. That's it.
Okay.
Shun.
Shun.
It's better. It's much better. Okay? So just remember, with the sh sound, it's going to sound strange if your mouth is if your tongue is touching anything. It's got to be floating in the middle, and you pull it back. Shun. If you pull it back too far, it's a sharn, which is weird. So shh. Oh wait, hang on a second. Maybe I'm giving you the wrong instructions here. Hold on. Shh. No. I'm making a little mistake. Sorry. It's not really. That's not pulled back very far. Hold on. Shh. Okay. No. I made a mistake. Do this. If you just have your tongue, instead of touching the roof like z, you just pull it down a little bit. Sh. Yeah. So it's in the same position as a z and a s. Same position, but you pull it down so it's not touching anything. So forget what I said about pulling it back. I'm not awake. Here. Shun.
Shun.
Good. Dation.
They should.
Good. Accommodation.
Accommodation.
That was good. Very good. Okay. All right. Now what I want you to do is pick out those key phrases for talking about leisure, because we're looking at how we socialize in a business context. It says to listen again, but we've listened once and we've read it once. So what I want to know is, Can you remember Mirella's answers to Leif's questions? If you so first, I want you to figure out what Leif asked. First of all, okay. Let's go around the room and see if we can fill in the missing words. Edson, take number 1 for us. See if you can remember his exact words.
Are you working in HR?
Well, he didn't ask, are you working? Because he already knows that she's working in HR. He wants to know how much she enjoys it. How did he ask that question? How much do you enjoy it? This one is a very simple one, very obvious. Do you know it or pass?
Pass. Skip
Pass.
me.
Lena, number 1.
Do you like working in HR?
Do you like working in HR? Correct. Make a mental note, because I'm going to ask you these questions and you're going to try to remember Mirella's answers. Do you like working in HR? Ms. Now, number 2.
Is it your first time in Europe?
Good. Actually, he said, is this your first time?
Oh.
Okay. But either way, is it your first time or is this your first time? Good. Ms. V, number 4.
What things do you like doing?
What things do you like doing? Almost. There's an extra word there. There's an extra word. Not what things, but what. Remember the extra word? What is with an S?
Well, exactly.
What sort of things?
What's S, not X. Okay, what sort of things?
What sort of things do you like doing? Those are his exact words. What sort of things do you like doing? Dzampa, what about number 4?
How is the accommodation?
How is the accommodation? Okay, that's exactly right. Let's go to Mr. Edson for the last one.
How is the family?
Okay, almost. You could say that. It's okay, but that's not exactly what Leif said. Not how is the family, but he wants to know if the family is treating Mirella well or not. So anyone else want to add a little bit to that? Not how is the family, but how. In other words, what's your opinion about the family? How does he ask about her opinion? Anyone know?
How do you find?
How do you find the family is correct. Very good. Let me just summarize what we just said. Do you like? Number 1. I'm going to put these in the chat window. Is this is number 2. What sort of is number 3. How is for number 4. And number 5, how do you find? How do you, whoops, how do you find? Okay, there's a summary of all the right answers for the questions. Now I'm going to ask you the question, and I want you to answer as Mirella. Lena, do you like working in HR? What was her response?
Yes, it's great.
Good, that's all I need. Good, that's all I need. Yes, it's great. Yeah, I just want the emotional reaction. What words do we use to sound enthusiastic and positive and professional? Yes, it's great. That's what she says. You don't need to remember everything. Okay? Very good.
I have a question. I'm
Sure.
sorry for interrupting. Can I say, yes, that's great?
Yes, that's great. No, you couldn't. Not here. Because do you like it? Do you like, how do you like working in HR? HR would be the pronoun would be it. How do you like it? How do you like working? Because I can't see a reason to use that in this. We're not pointing at HR. Do you see what I mean?
Yes, thank you. I got it.
Yeah. So you have to just go back to the question and see what pronoun would replace the noun. In this case, it's got to be it. Okay, Ms. Now. The question for you was, is this your first time in Europe? What does Mirella say?
Yes, it is.
Yes,
Is
it
this?
is. Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, she said it's my first time where?
In Europe.
It's my
It's
first
my first time in Europe.
out of Brazil.
Out of Brazil.
There you go. Out of Brazil. So out of is maybe useful as well. Another way to say that you're living abroad. First time out of Brazil. Okay? That was number 2. Ms. V, number 3. The question is, what sort of things do you like doing?
I just like going around the city
Good.
or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
shopping. Shopping.
The important thing here is that you use the gerund. She said walking around, but going around is okay too. What sorts of things do you like doing? Use the ing to respond. Walking around, going around, doing some sightseeing, doing some shopping. Okay, that's the key idea here. Match the gerund, because the question ended with a gerund. Ms. Dzampa, look at number 4. The question is, how is the accommodation? What was the answer that you remember?
It's fine, and the family is good too.
Yeah, it's a simple answer. It's fine. Fine is not the most enthusiastic answer ever, but it's acceptable. Can I say what kinds of things do you instead of what sort of things? Yep, you can say you can say kind of, you can say sort of, and you can say type of, and they're basically interchangeable, basically synonyms. Okay, Mr. Edson, question number 5 is, how do you find the family? Think about what that means. How do you find the family? What's her answer?
The family is good.
Okay. The family is
and
good?
They are quiet.
Ah, okay, good. Quiet compared to mine. Sure. Good.
Yeah.
So when you say how do you find, it's giving an opinion. And I find them, I don't know if I'd say good, because I don't know what good and bad means with the family. But I find them very nice. I find them quiet compared to mine. Okay, good. So those are our key questions and some examples of how to respond. Let's try this out together. You and a partner are working abroad on a 6-month work placement contract. You have to decide what country and what department you're in, and then you're going to take turns to ask each other questions. Edson, you are the boss. Dzampa, you are a Spanish person living in Guatemala. Does that sound familiar, Dzampa? So, Dzampa, what kind of company is it? What kind of boss is Edson? Because he's going to be your boss in this role play. What kind of company is it?
It's a construction company.
Okay, Edson, you are now a construction company manager. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And then where are we, Edson? What country are we in?
What?
Edson, what country are we in? Did you hear me?
Yeah. I don't remember.
It's Guatemala.
Okay.
Have you been to Guatemala?
No, not yet.
Use your imagination.
It's
Okay.
pretty difficult. Let's see.
Okay, but you're gonna reuse the questions from before, so you don't have to use your imagination too much. Okay, so you can use those 5 questions, have a little conversation. To Zampa, you're going to be reacting, but you can actually give your real answers because you're really there. In this case, okay. And then we're going to try another role play where we'll try different locations and different kinds of jobs. I want you to practice asking these key questions about leisure and responding to them in an appropriate way, like we've been learning. Okay, Edson, take it
Should
away.
I say like, do you like working in construction?
Yes, I like very much.
Is this your first time in Guatemala?
Yes, it's my first time, but I think it's a good country for the construction.
Very good. Now, Edson, you want her to be comfortable on her work placement, so you're going to try to figure out what she can do when she's not working. So the next question is,
What kind of things do you like doing?
when you're not working?
Yeah.
Obviously, I like go running and go shopping.
I like going running
And doing shopping.
and going shopping.
Going shopping.
Let's try that again. Ask the question again, Edson.
What kind of things do you like doing?
Wait a second, Edson. What kinds of things
What kinds of things
do you like doing?
do you like doing?
Zampa?
I like going running and going shopping.
Excellent. 2 gerunds. Going, running, going, shopping. I know it sounds strange, but it's correct. Okay, Edson?
How is the accommodation?
It's fine. I'm in a little house alone.
A little house alone. Okay. Isn't that lonely?
What?
Isn't that a little bit lonely?
Yes.
So, Edson, you got to make her feel comfortable because she's all alone in Guatemala.
Let's see.
So the last question doesn't matter. She's not with a family. She's all alone.
No.
Am I right,
How-
Zampa? You're not with a family. You're not staying with anyone, right?
No,
Okay.
I'm alone.
Okay. So Edson, what could this manager ask her or suggest so that she's not all alone all the time? So the last question can't be how is the family, but what could you say? Or I don't know. What do you think?
How do you like to live alone?
How do you like living?
How do you like living alone?
No, but it's there only is this time only this time in Spain. I don't like living alone, but now I'm alone in Guatemala because this company is association with Guatemala's company, and I'm the only person of Spain.
The only Spanish person.
Yes.
Okay, good. So you could start off with an emotional answer like, well, it's fine because it's temporary.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, you want to give some, because this is still in a work environment, so you have to always be professional and sound positive. Well, it's fine because it's temporary, but of course in Spain I live with my family or whatever. Some little answer like that. Okay, just to keep it positive. Okay, sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. So, Let's see if we can try one more, and I want you to reuse some of those key phrases that you've been learning. I think we're not going to have time to get to the game that I was mentioning, but we'll do it in the next class. But for now, I'd like you to work with the key phrases, and you can adapt the answers and the questions according to your real situation. Okay? Let's see. So we have Essen and Zampa. Let's go with Lena. You're going to be our boss in the second role play. Okay, Lena?
Yes.
Okay, great. And let's see. And Ms. V, why don't you be our person on work placement? Okay? V, tell us where you are. We know where you're from, but where are you in this role play?
In this role play? You mean in my country?
I know where you're from. Where are you going to be? You're going abroad. Give us a country. What's a place that you might want to be or you might really go to?
Maybe Singapore.
In Singapore. Okay, Lena, have you ever been to Singapore?
No, I have never been to Singapore, but I have been to Bali.
Okay. Okay. So you can imagine what it's like. Maybe it's not the same place, but it's not. You have some experience of that part of the world. Okay. And V, tell us what kind of job you're doing in this role play.
Yeah, I'm working in the planning department.
In the planning department. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're on a 6-month work placement in a planning department for what kind of company?
Construction company.
Another construction company? Really?
Yeah, it's real.
Ms. Lena, you out there? She says it's a construction company. Do you have any experience in construction, Lena?
Not really. And I have a question. Planning department. Is it something like project management?
That's a good question. We have to get something that you both have some experience with. Lena, what kind of company do you think it should be? What do you have more experience with, Lena?
Oh, I don't know. It's difficult to tell off the top of my head now. We can stick to this planning department. Although I have never heard about that, but we can stick to planning department. Yes.
V, give us some. What do we need to know about a planning department?
Yeah, it is like you make the schedule to make sure that your project is going on the right time as planned before. It is like
Okay, I got a good idea then. I got a great idea.
Probably it's something like budgeting or controlling.
Yeah, like controlling the plan of projects.
Something like accounting management or project management.
The project management.
Like project management.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you relate to that, Lena?
Yeah, I will try.
Okay, let's give it a try. Your key questions are the ones we practiced before, but you can adapt them. And the responses, remember, you've always got to put a very positive spin to sound professional. Okay, just like we said with Dzampa, we said, it's fine because it's temporary, but what if I was in Spain, of course I'd prefer to live with my family. So always put a little positive spin on it, and you can adapt the answers as you need. Okay? So, let's give it a try. Lena, take it away.
Hello, V. How are you doing?
Yeah. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Do you like working in our planning department?
Yes, I do. I really do.
Is it your first time in Singapore?
No, this is my 4th time, but I really enjoy staying here because you know that I get used to the environment already, so it's so convenient for me to adapt to the new life, new working environment.
And now you got to figure out what she can do in her leisure time, Lena. Keep going.
What sort of things do you like doing in your leisure time? I mean, when you are not working.
Uh-huh. I think I'm crazy about shopping because in here the shopping malls are everywhere. Especially they have some clearance sales, so it's perfect time for me to buy something I like with very low prices.
Good expression. Crazy about shopping. Very good. Keep going, Lena.
How's the accommodation you stay?
In comparison with the accommodation in my country, the cost for living here is really high, but the space is small. So I wish that I could have more money to rent another better room for me in the future.
Cost of living.
Yes,
The
yes.
the cost of living.
The cost of living.
Right. Cost of living, not for. Okay?
Yeah, the cost of living.
Okay, good. One more question, Lena.
Yes, I agree with you. It costs an arm and a leg to rent an apartment here.
Yeah.
And how do you find living on your own without your family? Don't you feel lonely sometimes?
Initially I did, but now because I have more friends, so I think it is easier for me than before.
Just some colleagues go out for drink every weekend. You should join us.
Oh, really, really? Yeah. I think that is good news for me, for a new me for me, I think. So I really hope that I can join you this weekend. All right?
Yes, that's great. Then I wish you a nice day and see you. Bye.
Yes. See you soon.
Okay, very good, very good. Okay, good expression I said crazy about because what I want to show you here are, let's take a closer look at those, at the construction, I should say, at the way we construct our answers and how we can express things in a more positive, how we can add a little bit of intensity, I should say, to the answers. Okay, so crazy about is a good answer, but I'm going to show you a few others. Whoops, it's not here. No, it is. Okay, we can start here. Give me a second. Yeah, let's start here. It asks us here to match the phrases from the list of words. So we've got isn't keen on, isn't crazy about, is interested in, is fond of. Okay, what I want you to do is first just match them up. And then we're going to listen a second time. Well, I'll probably just end up telling you. I don't think we have time to listen to it. So you have to tell me, according to the clue, is which one is the right level of interest and whether it's positive or negative. Okay? So let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. Example, look at number 1. She wants to know more about human resources. What do you think that matches with? She wants to know more about human resources. In other words, which of those words in italics is the best match?
What?
Which of the words above, which of the expressions above number 1 is the best match?
I think it's interesting in.
Yeah, is interested in, exactly. You're right, that's exactly right. And Lena, he really likes and cares about Brazil. That's something that Leaf was saying. He really likes and cares about Brazil matches with?
He's fond of.
Fond of, to like and to care about. And V, She is not enthusiastic or excited about shopping. How does she say that? How does Mirella
Yeah,
say that?
she isn't crazy about
She,
shopping.
she isn't crazy about shopping. Okay, good. And back to you, Dzampa. She really doesn't like museums. Mirella said she doesn't like museums.
It isn't keen on.
Good. She isn't keen on museums. Good. Lena, is there something that you are particularly keen on or not keen on in terms of leisure time?
Oh yes, I'm keen on learning new languages.
Me
And
too.
I'm keen on cycling as well. And I'm keen of watching American sitcoms.
If only you could do all those things at the same time. Cycle, learn languages, and watch American sitcoms. You'd be the happiest person alive. I'm keen on languages. I don't have a bicycle, though, so I can't cycle. But I'd like to. What are you absolutely crazy about when it comes to your leisure time, V? You said crazy about before, so that's a good one.
Yeah. Apart from shopping, I'm crazy about going to cinema.
You're crazy about
I
going to the cinema. Excellent.
yeah,
So that
going
means
to
you
the cinema. Yeah,
absolutely love movies.
yeah, I do. I really do. But I like the movies in the cinema because that is the latest ones, and I like the voice, the noise, the sounds,
The sound,
the
right?
sounds, and the big screen in the cinema. I really
Okay.
like that feeling. Yeah.
So, what's a
Yeah.
film that you think we need to see in the cinema?
Um, the latest one is the Martian. The people in the
Oh, The
Martian,
Martian. The
the
Martian.
Martian. Yeah,
So
the Martian.
that's good on the big screen, yeah?
Yeah, I think so. And last weekend I watched a movie, but it was translated in Vietnamese, so I don't know the name in English. But that's the movie with Tom Hanks starring, and the director is Steven Spielberg. Uh, do you know that movie? Tom Hanks.
There's like a bunch. Which one?
uh, Tom Hanks
What's the movie about?
about one lawyer, but his role was to protect for another Russian spy in America. So yeah, he did
Uh,
a lot of things to exchange the victims of American
uh-huh.
to get back to get back him from Russia by exchange the Russian spy. I don't know the
Uh,
name.
Bridge of Spies, I think.
British?
Br
Br-
Bridge Bridge of Spies. Bridge of
Bridge?
Spies. Yeah, like this. I'll put it in the chat window for you. It's in the theaters right now. This one.
Um,
You see it? I think it's this one. And,
Bridge of Spies.
right. And I
I
think this is the link. I think you're talking
oh
about this film.
oh right, that's it. The
That's it.
Bridge of Spies. Yeah,
This
yeah.
is a
You know
this is a true
yeah.
story. Do you know that?
Yeah, I know that it's based on a true story.
This
Because at the end of the movie, um, they said something. They said something about the real lives of the characters, also.
I think this happened when I was in second grade, if I remember right. Let me just see the date. I think this happened in. Oh no, it's not. This
No
is
way,
earlier.
it
No,
happened
yeah.
in
Okay.
1962.
Yeah, you're right. I got the wrong one. Something happened when I was a kid too that was in the news, but it wasn't this. Yes, it says 1960. I'm not that old. Not yet.
But I think
Okay.
that's very good movie.
Okay. I have to say, I'm not a big fan of Spielberg, but I'll make an exception this time because you suggested. Okay?
Yeah.
We've got to stop here, everyone. I'll be back for 2 hours tomorrow from 12 to 2 GMT for a new version of Fluency Fun.
He's gone. Bye, Lena. Nice to see you. Bye bye.